Pioneers on opening day here in the first city took the first leg of this doubleheader 15 to nothing. I'm David Kemp alongside Terry Matthew, and with an updated camera setup, Terry, I'm feeling pretty good about this matchup.
Yes,
We've
this is significantly better than what we started off with before. We can see most of the bases now, and we can see the ball and the batter, and that's leagues ahead of where we were before.
For those of you watching on stream, this is probably your first time watching because last game there wasn't much to see, but now we've got a prime time matchup, the nightcap of the doubleheader starting here at 5:30. But Leavenworth, they run ruled Atchison a season after getting mercy ruled themselves in last year's doubleheader. Clearly, some things changed, but now game one starter Kira Duncan will step into the batter's box for Atchison. Pioneers going with, I believe, the sophomore Chloe Bachman on the mound here today. She has some big shoes to fill. She has some big shoes to fill after McKenna Aguirre's 3 inning scoreless start, but I think she's up for the task, Terry.
Absolutely. There hasn't been any hints that anybody hasn't been performing tonight, so
And for the ball game, this one is ripped ashore and off the foot of Lucille Pennington, first base runner of the ball game, as Duncan will go to second. Ball scoots behind her. Going to third now is Duncan. Throw in. Will get stopped up, and she will advance to all the way to third on the error. And Terry, a big storyline of the last game had to be, in my opinion, the unforced errors on the Atchison side. Leavenworth can't fall into those same traps here.
yeah, absolutely. We got to be very careful here. Again, do the little things right and let our set and don't beat ourselves. We got to focus on doing the fundamental things the right way, and one slip up like that does not determine the whole outcome of this game. If we keep, that positive demeanor out there, then there's no reason that we should beat ourselves.
Atchison now has a go-ahead run 90 feet away. In the last matchup just an hour ago, as this one is hit down the right field line, foul. Just an hour ago in this matchup, the Pioneers led the whole way. They took a commanding 9-0 lead in the first inning, or excuse me, 5-0 lead in the first inning, 9-0 by the second, and they never looked back. Atchison now trying to put some points on the scoreboard here. Bachman looking to settle into her first varsity start. This one hit on the ground to third. The transfer is bobbled, and now Atchison has a 1-0 lead here. And the Pioneers, two batters in, already committed 2 errors. This one charged to the third baseman.
And these are some echoes of Atchison's offense in the previous game. I mean, we seriously have to take control here. We were doing just fine, and I think we let the easy win get to ourselves, and we might let a couple runs go here.
Thankfully, this potent offense will not let the Pioneers be out of it. Double play ball, and instead she will take the shore out at first, and the Pioneers have their first out of the ball game.
And that's a good play right there, just to get everybody settled back into the game.
And that was one where they could have potentially tried to turn two, but I really don't blame Miller for just going straight to Garrison. Just take the automatic out and you know, just your pitcher on the mound, she's got your back. If she can really bear down and get a couple strikeouts, that runner on second hopefully won't matter. That one is swung at and missed. Kai Downing now behind in the count. Bachman gets the call. Delivery. Swung on and missed. One strike away from sending her down for the second out of the inning. In the on deck circle. Oh, umpire calls that one strike three. Bit of confusion in the batter's box. Took her a second to get off the field. Now Andy Estes will step into the left-handed batter's box.
And that was a good out right there to get back into the rhythm after that rough play at the beginning there.
Throw down to third on the dropped ball. Getting in there without a slide is Herrera. And after the wild pitch, a runner at third. 2 gone in the inning. Atchison leads by 1, could make it 2 if that runner 90 feet away can just get across the plate. That one's in the dirt. Andy Estes settling in now. Bachman looking to put her away. Swing, hard hit to second, and the liner into the glove of Echo Garrison for the 3rd out of the inning. 1 run comes across on no hits, 3 errors, and thankfully the damage is minimal for Chloe Bachman and the Pioneers. We go to the bottom of the 1st, trailing by 1. Stepping into the batter's box now is Kendall Divin, the 3rd baseman for the Pioneers, looking to do some damage from the plate here early. For those of you who may want to set up your own streams, Terry and I, we have a suggestion. As this one is chopped on the ground to third, throw down to first is scooped, and that's the 1st out of the inning. But if you're ever having a hard time dealing with the sun, sunglasses work.
Very well.
Leavenworth
Yeah.
with the high-tech solution to get you this presentation of Pioneer Baseball. Divin is sent down. Trying to get some offense on the board now is Echo Garrison as she watches the first pitch go by for a strike. Garrison in an 0-1 count. The pitch.
Whew.
Up and in. That one could have got her on the hands there.
Yeah.
2-0 count. In the dirt, and she is 1 ball away from getting herself on first base with Pennington on deck, the Pioneer power hitter. Swing, opposite field blooper, and it will get caught at short by Kelsey Rebound, who gave up 3 innings on the mound last inning, but solid defensive work in the field here. And now Pennington will step up to the plate with 2 gone in the inning.
And we're seeing the same pitching struggles, but the difference here is that the defense has been much cleaner in the outfield.
Swing and a drive to second base, off the glove, and Terry, you know what? If you're going to be jinxing Atchison's fielders like that, I think you're in the right broadcast booth.
Yeah, absolutely. I would tend to agree with that one.
Leavenworth Pioneers granted a little bit of grace here as the 3rd out of the inning instead gets Pennington on first base via the error. High fastball is out of the glove of the catcher, and now Pennington is on second with another stolen base. She, again, just running circles around this team. Going back to the last game, that is already Pennington's 3rd steal of the game. Thank you. Pennington on second. Go ahead runner at the plate. And that one's in the dirt. Taking third is Pennington on the wild pitch. Or dropped ball. That one was in the glove of the backstop. Tying run at third. Trying to reach base now with 2 gone in the inning is McKenna Aguirre, the game 1 starting pitcher. Sets and delivers. Up and in for ball 4. And taking home is Pennington, and she is safe! The Pioneers tied it up on a daring base running attempt. Terry, I wasn't sure if that one was going to work out, but Pennington just leaving it all on the line and taking home. What a play! Pioneers now have a runner at second with a chance to take a lead here after the walk, and then what a play. Pennington with her 4th stolen base on the day. This time she steals home
I have to say, there's again that's another instance I think of just some lazy baseball coming from Atchison there. I mean,
through the legs of the
yeah,
backstop, and taking her base at third is McKenna Aguirre.
and the struggles we're watching right now, they just seem like a lack of focus and a lack of drive from the Atchison defense here. I mean, they're just really not showing up to play.
Fryman megged her own catcher right there through the legs of the Atchison backstop. And now coming home is Aguirre. And now the Pioneers have a lead. 2-1 Leavenworth as they take a 2-1 lead. And really, they spent all of their last game in the lead. Won it 15-0. And, starting to sweat a little bit here. Now that's more so because of the heat than it is being behind. The 2-out rally will continue as this one will go up the middle. Pioneers have yet another base runner on the base hit for Elizabeth Miller. Miller keeps the inning alive. All of the Pioneer offense here in the bottom half of the frame has come with 2 outs. It looked like Fryman was settling in a way that last game's starter, quite frankly, was not, but she's starting to run into a little bit of difficulties of her own here. Stepping up to the plate now is Sadie Ormsby. That one is outside. Throw will not go into second, and taking the base easily is Liz Miller to get into scoring position.
So it looks like maybe we're having some glove difficulties from the catcher here.
Going to swap out the mitt. Always got to keep the equipment looking right. Now stepping up to the plate is Sadie Ormsby. The pitch is in the dirt. Runner at second. 2 gone in the inning. Trying to work out of a jam is Carolyn Fryman. And that one is just a bit high. Bachman, the starting pitcher for the Pioneers, has a little bit of run support now, and she is on deck. Coming up to the plate after ball 4, and she will try to provide herself with some more run support. Chloe Bachman now, batting 7th. And she has runners at first and second. That one is just outside for a ball. In the first part of the doubleheader, she reached base 3 times, including an RBI triple, one of the highlights of this game, as well as 2 walks, and she stole twice. And really, that's nothing special to her. She's just this entire Leavenworth lineup has been running circles around the Phoenix all day, as this one is smoked up the middle. Coming around third and headed to the plate is going to be Liz Miller with the score. Pioneers up by 2. Leavenworth leads it 3-1 now with the RBI single from Chloe Bachman. Runners at the corners, 2 gone for Kylie Simpson. First offering is high. Taking second without a contestation is Bachman with the stolen base. Terry, as that one is in there for a strike. Terry, I don't think that Atchison has thrown down to second this entire game.
They did once, and we ended up getting third from it, if I remember correctly. And when you have a catcher that just can't handle the pitches, you don't have an opportunity to get the ball to second, and that's really what we've been seeing. We've stole second on almost every at bat this game.
And that's been so valuable because the difference between a single and a double is significant. But when you can turn those singles into extra bases on the base paths, it really puts a lot of pressure on opposing pitchers. The offering from Fryman, swing and a pop-up, should be a routine play at second. Into the glove of Alondra Herrera, and that will end the inning. The Pioneers, however, send three across, 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on. We go to the top of the second. Leavenworth leads it 3-1. We are back for the top of the second. Atchison due up, and they are trailing 3-1. Finally got a run across here in game 2 of the doubleheader. They got blown out 15-0 in the first leg. Little bit more offense in this one, but Leavenworth still in front. First pitch of the inning from Bachman is in there for a strike. Maria Carroll at the plate for the Phoenix. That one is high, but swinging and missing. Taking a big whiff at that one. 0-2 count. Bachman looking to put the leadoff hitter away. Sets and fires. In the dirt. We'll go for another. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 got her. and she sets down the first batter of the inning. A little bit of trouble for Bachman. She gave up a run, but it was unearned. Her defense not exactly bailing her out there with 2 errors in that last frame.
Mm-hmm.
But now really starting to settle in her first varsity start. That one is chopped on the ground to first, and it's just a bit foul. Garrison made a clean play on that one, but with both feet in foul territory, ball deemed dead. Bachman. The 0-1 offering is just a bit high. Skipping away from the Leavenworth catcher, Ormsby. Nobody on base, though, to worry about. And I think also that's been something that's helped the Pioneers, Terry. They just get people on base.
Absolutely.
And with stuff like that, simple mistakes that normally wouldn't be that much of an issue, when you have runners, I mean, we just saw it with Lucy stealing home a few, like just last inning.
Mm-hmm.
You almost never see that happening. But when you get someone on third and a ball kind of skips away, as she will set down her second batter of the inning with back-to-back Ks.
Absolutely. And like you said, with these little mistakes, mistakes mean nothing if your opposing team can't capitalize off of them. And with Leavenworth so far, Atchison hasn't capitalized off of any of our mistakes. We're not being harmed for any of the misfortunes that we've had. And until Atchison takes advantage of something like that, there's going to be no issues.
Bachman back in the circle. 2 gone in the inning. The pitch is just a bit below the knees. Bachman checking her wrist for the calls from head coach Casey Sloan. Swing and pop back to the net, and our sunglasses have fallen off. That
Hope we
one,
don't have something like that happen again. A little bit of a technical error, foul ball right into the
the
camera.
lovely people here in Leavenworth County, just brand new complex, built it a couple seasons ago. It really does kind of blow me away that they didn't build a press box, though. That's something to worry about later, though, as Chloe Bachman dominates the Phoenix here in the top of the second. She appears to be in mid-season form on opening day, striking out 3. She already has 4 on the day. No runs on no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. Pioneers up 3-1. Charlie V. Hill stepping up to the plate for the Pioneers. They lead by 2 here in the bottom of the second of the home opener. This one behind the plate, we've got a new catcher behind the plate. And last game's starting pitcher, Kira Duncan. Duncan surrendered 12 runs to the Pioneers in her start, hoping that the pitcher she's catching, number 22 Carolyn Fryman, who was actually behind the plate in the last game working with her, hopefully she won't surrender quite as much. V Hill trying to flip the lineup over and put a runner on. That one will come back and hit the net. V Hill battling now. Sets and fires in the dirt and secured by Duncan.
That's been pretty typical so far today.
And the dirt, and V Hill takes ball 4, watches it go by her. This has been a trend early on. Third walk of the ball game in the second inning. And be on the lookout for V Hill to be taking second here. I think one of the main reasons for the catching change, you were commenting on it last inning, Terry. The only time they threw down to second was the ball ended up in right field somehow.
Yep.
And so having someone who, again, was your opening day starting pitcher, having her behind the plate, hopefully she'll provide a little more consistency, as that one is popped up and down for a base hit. Going around second and headed for third is Ruben Hausman. And into second, head first, is number 6, Kendall Diven. Diven with the leadoff double. Or, not the leadoff double. With the double in the second AB of the inning. Runner at second and third for Echo Garrison, looking to produce some offense. And the pitch. In the dirt. V Hill settles in. In there for a strike. And that one got her. Coming inside just a little too much. And the bases are loaded for none other than the 3-hole hitter, Lucy Pennington. Stepping back into the circle, trying not to let the hit by pitch rattle her. First pitch to Lucy, back in will hit the net. Would have probably knocked one of us out if we didn't have this protection here. Pennington batting with the bases loaded here for the second time on the day. First time this game. That one is swung on and missed, and they're going to call it a foul ball off the tip. Looked like it got a bit of the bat. Bases will stay loaded. Probably thankfully for the Atchison starter, as Fryman likely would have surrendered a few runs on the wild pitch otherwise. The offering. Swing and a foul ball down the third baseline.
And it's right in there. Again, it's just a matter of time until she gets a hold of one of them. We saw this again earlier in the game, and with loaded bases, you just cannot let her get a good clean hit here.
With Atchison's last game, their starting pitching and their bullpen both having a bit of a lack of control. As this one is ripped on a line to right field. That ball is out of here. Lucy Pennington, grand slam. And Pennington leaves the yard for the first time this season, and the Pioneers are up 7-0. Lucy Pennington and the entire dugout meets her at the plate. Oh my goodness, that ball was hammered. Dude. You cannot leave a pitch like that to the Pioneer slugger. Like Lucy Pennington going opposite field too. She was late on it and still just bashed it to the opposite field right over that right field fence. That is one of the cleanest pieces of hitting I've seen in a long time.
And if you're Atchison, that just has to be demoralizing. You felt like you may have been in it this game, and then you give up a grand slam in the second inning.
Nobody out in the inning either.
Yeah,
You have to wonder. You had to wonder like how long this would last because it just felt like Pennington was just waiting for a breakout. In that last game, you know, she started it. She got on base all 3 innings, but she never got more than a single. Only 2 total bases along with the walk. But they're just leaving the yard to opposite field. And now, again, Bachman, we saw a little bit for her, maybe a little bit of jitters in her first start. That shouldn't be an issue for her now with a comfortable 8-run cushion.
and I would say that they might be that Atchison's in for a long game, but at this rate, I think they might be in for a pretty short one again.
Already a 7-run difference as the Pioneers lead 8-1. Aguirre looking to keep the conveyor belt moving. She will walk and take her base. 4 runs have already crossed in the inning, all via the Lucy Pennington grand slam. That one's in the dirt, and maybe trying to get herself in a pickle there. Have a little bit of fun. McKenna Aguirre dancing around on the base paths. It really felt like Atchison, this starting pitching group, they were kind of starting to settle in that first inning, but now struggling as taking second will be McKenna Aguirre. We've got another steal.
Yeah, and man, I have to say, getting yourself in a pickle might not even be a pickle against Atchison with how they've been handling the ball so far today. You might have a pretty good chance to advance a base in a situation like that.
Pop up into foul territory. Ranging over for it is the first baseman Estes. She will make the play. Staying put at second is McKenna Aguirre, and finally, um, from God's mercy, the Atchison Phoenix have recorded their first out of the inning. One gone to the Leavenworth righty. Popped up towards the varsity baseball field and over by the fence. Ormsby at the plate in the right-handed batter's box. Carolyn Fryman on the mound. And the pitch. Swing and a drive to right is a high fly ball that will get caught. Tagging up is Aguirre. She will take third without a throw. And the sac fly puts another runner within 90 feet of another Pioneer run. 2 gone in the inning for Chloe Bachman, the Leavenworth starting ace on the day.
Hmm. What was she throwing the ball to? And that pretty much sums up the activity of Atchison today. You thought they may be coming back earlier this
The
game, but
second baseman threw the ball at her shortstop's feet while she was looking the opposite direction, standing 3 feet away. And the ball rolled into center field, coming all the way from first to score on an infield hit was Chloe Bachman, and now the Pioneers, what would have been out 3, are still alive. Pop fly to right field, and that one will get down for Charlie Vigil.
yet
Simpson
another.
takes third, coming around to score. Kylie Simpson will make it a 10-run lead. 11-1 Pioneers on the RBI double off the bat of Charlie Vigil.
And again, another ball right in the middle of three outfielders, and nobody was
They all
able to
just
make
pulled
a
up.
play
You
on it.
have to be aggressive on those plays, especially when you're 1 out away from ending the inning. You don't want to get cute with it. When the ball is right there, just in your grasp, like, those are the kind of plays that will just kill a defense. 11-1 Pioneer lead. 8 runs have scored this inning. That one will go to the backstop again. Throw down to third is not in time. V-Hill getting in there just below the tag. And the Pioneers now have another runner at third. Head coach for the Phoenix headed out there for a bit of a chat with the crew chief.
I don't know what he aims to accomplish from this. We don't have video review in high school, so.
From my perspective, just being completely objective, I think she was out. That ball got her just on the top of the leg, but nothing you can do about it now.
And I think they just want this game over. I don't think they want to be out here any more than Atchison does.
Leavenworth, they're not complaining about this outcome. We will gladly take the blown call. The pick back, and it will hang up there just long enough to get caught. And finally, the third out of the inning will come on a long fly ball to center. The Pioneers strike for 8 in the bottom of the second, and they currently lead it 13-1 here against the Atchison Phoenix. Pioneers coming out to defend a 13-run lead. Ball still in the hands of Chloe Bachman here. Looking to set the Phoenix down in order. Leading off the inning, number 22, Carolyn Fryman, the starting pitcher on the day. This is her first AV of the ball game. Fielders take their positions. Bachman on the mound. And the offering is just low for ball one. Bachman has been dealing today. She has 4 strikeouts and only allowed 1 run unearned. She has retired 6 consecutive Firebird batters. Why do I keep calling them Firebirds? Phoenix batters.
Yeah, and this type of performance really has to give you some hope in your relief pitching for the season.
They didn't have to go to the bullpen in game 1 either. Just really dominating this lineup. And Leavenworth with their 13-0 lead. I mean, the pitching, they haven't even really needed much of it, but it definitely helps to have. I would call it
And another horrible read from the Atchison outfield, landing right in between 3 outfielders yet again.
Runners at first and second. Pioneers need 4 in order to send the fans home early. Charlie V. Hill at the plate. The offering. That one is high. Bowen. They pinch hit. V. Hill, excuse me. Sadie Ormsby with a snub. And driving in a score. Pioneers now lead it 13-1. at first and second now. That one's in there to Chloe Bachman. At first and second. One already come home in this inning. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. It will drift foul. Bachman settles back in to the batter's box. Pitch is just a bit above the shoulders. Runners at first and second. Chloe working her way into a hitter's count here. Pioneers have really just dominated this matchup. 13 runs across. And Bachman has been nearly perfect on the day on the other side. 0 earned runs. The only run coming across to score via the error by Lucy Pennington. Pop up, and that one will drift just foul into the net. Bryman trying to work out of trouble here. No outs in the inning. Pioneers lead by 12. The pitch popped up again. This one will fall just outside the reach of the Atchison backstop. Foul ball again into the net, shaking our camera a bit. And Bachman stays alive. 2-2 count. Pioneers leading here in the bottom of the third. And that one will hit her. That one's going to hurt in the morning. Ormsby goes to second. And Bachman is on base now. Loading the bases for Kylie Simpson, the junior.
You know, I think by the time she gets second base, I don't know if she'll feel that anymore. There wasn't much on that one.
That one is caught by the pitcher. Throw down to first for the pickoff. And the double play is turned by the Atchison Phoenix. And headed back to the dugout is Chloe Bachman. Little bit of a base running error, trying to take a bit too much of a lead on the pop-up. But the Atchison double play could keep this game alive.
By alive, we mean on its deathbed with a ventilator down its throat. It's getting there.
Atchison, they've still got some fight in them, not wanting to get run ruled just yet. The pitch in the dirt. Two gone in the inning. Charlie Vigil now up. For real this time.
Yeah, just some heap of frustration coming from number 22 on the mound there.
You can
Just
see
the
it on her
same,
face.
yeah, absolutely, the same negative body language she had behind the plate is carrying out on the field, and her teammates seem to be responding similarly.
Charlie Vigil. The pitch in the dirt. Trying to work her way back on base with the top of the order behind her. The pitch to Vigil. On the ground to short. Picked up by the third baseman. Throw it on the first to get the third out. And Atchison gets out of the inning with only 1 run surrendered. It is a 13-1 ball game. Pioneers lead Atchison. Just a quick game update for you. Pioneer Baseball, they're on the road tonight. That game against Spring Hill is starting right now. We will not be streaming that one live as they are on the road and not at home at our beloved campus, but we will be hosting Lansing next Tuesday. So that's one that if you're in the area, you do not want to miss. But for now, the Pioneers softball team is leading by 13 to 1 back at home. I had to take a second to count up the numbers on my scorecard. The Pioneers have scored so much. There's a lot to add together. Runs come across in every inning. 3 in the first, 9 in the second, 1 in the third.
Oh my goodness.
The real dagger in this one has been Lucy Pennington's second inning grand slam to clear the bases. The first pitch from Bachman here in the top of the first is just a bit low. At the plate now for Atchison is Andy Estes. She's 0 for 1 on the day. Estes settles back into the left-handed batter's box. The delivery is down and away for ball 4. Atchison Phoenix with a little bit of life on the base paths. And really, that's kind of been consistent, though, Terry. The big issue's been running them in. They've had runners left on base in all 4 innings. And that is why they only have 1 run on the scoreboard, while the Pioneers, who've been a bit more efficient, have, well, 13. Sun starting to set on the Pioneer softball complex. And hopefully that means the temperature will start to drop. We've already had a few issues with that on the field. Several times getting water rushed out to fielders and having to get people into shade. But
Yeah,
now,
only for Atchison, though. I think that might speak to their conditioning and their practice conditions.
well, if that's any reflection of what's going on in this game, it would make sense to me. Runner at second following the wild pitch. There. The offering. That one is in there. Chloe Bachman, runner at second, nobody gone, trying to cling on to this 12-run lead. Wouldn't want to let the Phoenix get back into this one. Terry, you could cut the tension with the knife.
That you could. That you could. This is a.
But not in Leavenworth. I'm sure you can somewhere. That one is in there for strike 3. This one looking, she just watched the fastball go right by her for a backward skang. The first pitch from Bachman is low.
Having a couple troubles handling the ball there behind the plate so far. Hopefully, we can clean that up before we have that come to bite us.
That one's also low. Thankfully, excellent job behind the dish from Sadie Ormsby. She's kept that ball in front of her. To say, if I was on the Atchison side, I think some plays like that in the dirt could get that runner from second all the way home. But we love our Pioneer catcher. And this entire defense has really given, beyond that first inning where a couple errors kind of left Chloe out to dry, beyond that, they have had her backed up all afternoon. The pitch is in there. Questionable strike 1 right on the paint. looking to put her away. And instead, she will leave it just a bit high above the shoulders for ball 4. Pioneer starter having a chat with head coach Casey Sloan. You gotta wonder if her day is coming close to an end. Having a conversation with the starter. Entire infield in now. I mean, okay, if you're not gonna pull her out and you just want to have a conversation to settle her down, Terry, what kind of stuff would you be saying right there in that circle?
I mean, to be honest, we've seen what she can do for the first 3 innings of this game. She just has to come back to what's been working and stop overthinking the play and just do. Don't think, just do. And she was doing an amazing job of that earlier in this game, and she just needs to get back in that rhythm.
Double play is in order. If Leavenworth can get a ground ball, I mean, Atchison could put on the afterburners. Maybe they could beat it out, but I don't know.
They don't have much for speed so far tonight.
Bachman to the plate. That one is low. A little bit of taunting from second. Andy Estes dancing around. She is not going to run. Runners at first and second. Outside. Bachman in a 3-0 count. Looking to stay in it. Atchison, on the other hand, trying to load the bases and potentially get a mid-game rally going to stay in this one. The pitch. Outside for ball 4. Now the bases are loaded for Atchison with only 1 out in the inning. All 3 base runners coming via the walk.
Definitely having some pitching struggles here emerging. You gotta wonder if she can dig herself out here as she skips another one down into the dirt.
Nowhere to put her. Phoenix at every base. Bachman sets and deals. That one is high. Excellent stop there by Sadie Ormsby, flying into the air to keep that one from going into the net and bringing another run home for the Phoenix.
Yeah, that was a great play there. A mishandled ball there definitely could have ended in at least one run for Atchison.
The offering. Side. 3-0 count. Bachman needs to deliver a strike here with the top of the order on deck. Chloe Bachman. The pitch. Just a bit outside. And the Pioneers surrender their second run of the ball game. Terry, Atchison's starting to get back into it.
Yeah, I think they're a little ways from getting back into this game, but they're definitely starting to get a little bit of production that they haven't had at any point today.
And
And that's got to be a high spot. And if you got to figure if they can just get one good hit in here, they got 3 runners on base, and that's a good opportunity for them to maybe make their way back.
with those 3 runners on base, that will end the day for starting pitcher Chloe Bachman. She has gone 3 1/3 innings, surrendered 2 runs, only one of them earned, but she is responsible for all 3 runners on base. So hopefully, the call to the bullpen can potentially provide a little bit of firefighters to put out the threat. First game starter making her second appearance of the day, McKenna Aguirre is on the mound now, trying to shut down this Atchison offense. We will take a quick break. Quick score update in the baseball game. Pioneers trail at Spring Hill 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. We will be back at the Pioneer Softball Complex in just a second. change for the Pioneers. Coming back in is McKenna Aguirre. She pitched 3 scoreless in the Pioneers opening day matchup. Now coming back in to try to bring in the fire hose here. Runners at every base. First ball in the dirt from Aguirre. Kira Duncan at the plate. 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Well, excuse me. No strikeouts. 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out to short. 1-1 to Duncan. Swing and a hard hit ball to second, just out of the reach of the Pioneer second baseman. Throw to the plate, all the way to the backstop, and 2 runs come across to score. Atchison has put up 3 in this inning. Pioneers still lead it 13-4. But Atchison really starting to chip away. And really, we've moved from talking about the run rule to thinking about how long this could go. Pioneers, they're going to have to produce enough pitching to get through potentially 3 more innings after this. If Atchison can continue to just move the line along, that could be an issue. The RBI double keeps the Phoenix in the game. McKenna Aguirre to the plate for strike 1. Runners at second and third. Swing and a miss. Hunting for that punch out. The pitch from Aguirre in the dirt. And almost got past Ormsby. She was able to corral it to prevent any more runs from coming across. In the dirt again. And some more of the command issues that Bachman ran into. McKenna Aguirre trying to navigate her way through that as well. Swing and a miss. And she will send her packing. Adios, Herrera. Stepping up to the plate now is number 1, Kelsey Rebant for Atchison. She came in out of the bullpen in her first outing. Now she's at the plate for the Phoenix. 2 gone in the inning, 2 in scoring position. First pitch swung out and missed at the letters. The pitch popped up back our way, and it will fall. McKenna Aguirre looking to navigate her way out of traffic. Both of the runs that came across a second ago charged to Bachman, but the runner at second does belong to her. Trying to keep this one in a good position for the Pioneers. Top of the order due up for them. Divin Garrison and Lucille Pennington, the MVP for the Pioneers today. And they will come up in just a second. Sending down Rebant. And after a bit of a fight from the Phoenix, they still trail 13-4. 3-run inning on 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Pioneers lead it 14-3. Pioneer third baseman Kelsey or Kendall Diven with the leadoff single here. Barely gave me enough time to get the call out as she got right to the point. Leadoff single puts a Pioneer on base for Echo Garrison. She is 1 for 2 on the day, also got hit by a pitch and came across to score via a Pennington home run. That one is in there for a strike. Throw goes back down to the pitcher. Another stolen base for Kendall Diven. At the plate is Garrison above the head and taking a couple practice swings in between pitches. Fryman has struggled with command all day, and it's something that the 13 runs on the scoreboard evidently show Pioneers have capitalized on. That one is low. Taking third without a throw is Diven.
My goodness.
That one is going to be a dropped ball. Honestly, that pitch was right on the mark, but her catcher just couldn't reel it in. The offering. Swing, hard hit ball to second. Should be an easy out, and it is, but another run comes across to score. Pennington will step up with the bases empty on the sacrifice 4-3 putout. One gone in the inning. Pennington at the plate. Pioneers lead by 10. First offering from Fryman. Hit on the ground to third. Gathers, fires to first, and she can't get the dig. Pennington beats out the throw. That one should be an E3 as the throw beat her. It just was completely bobbled by Estes out at first. One is popped up into the net. And caught off the net. Impressive play, but staying alive on the foul ball is Aguirre. Runner at first, one away in the inning. Pennington reached on an error, and she will take second on the throw.
Jogs to second.
I don't think she was expecting the throw to go down there. She didn't even take a look at the catcher.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't even made an effort to cut it off all night, so.
Fryman to the plate. In the dirt again. Pennington trying to draw a throw. She will jog back. They're just having fun out here now.
Yeah, there's nothing Atchison can do to stop it.
This is like Aaron Judge and the Yankees against a Little League team right now. Honestly, I think I'd rather play against the Little League team.
Yeah.
Better matchup. Fryman sets and delivers. Outside for ball 4. And now the Pioneers have 2 on with 1 out in the inning. Liz Miller, batting righty here. Trying to put some more offense on the board for the Pioneers. Double steal, no throw. Pioneers, 2 of them in scoring position. Bro, we've talked about it a lot. Story of the game for Leavenworth has just been sticking to the fundamentals.
Yep.
And that one is hit to the opposite field. Just look at that. A solid swing to the opposite field. 2 runners come in to score. And on the RBI single, Leavenworth now leads it 16-4. Getting back in there safely is Miller on the pickoff attempt. But now Leavenworth, I mean, you were just telling me a second ago about how it feel like we could leave pretty soon. And now Leavenworth is 3 runs away from making that happen here in the 4th inning. Stepping up to the plate is Sadie Ormsby. That one is at the eye level, and she will watch it go by for a ball. 3 have already come across to score in this inning. Runner at first. That one is also above the head. Number 22, Carolyn Fryman. All 16 of the runs charged to her. Frankly, I don't think the stat sheet's going to look the same for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's
Another third and a second and another stolen base. for Liz
Yeah.
Miller. I'm not even surprised at this point.
That type of a stat sheet is going to be, boy, hard to overcome for the rest of the season. And that's assuming that Leavenworth is the best opponent you play all year.
Swing, opposite field, base hit. Coming around to score as that one will get by the right field.
Dropped twice in the outfield.
She's got a chance to score. Ormsby is coming around third. She's coming home, and she is safe. Inside the park, home run for Sadie Ormsby, and the Pioneers now lead it 18-4.
And
oh my goodness!
And it was dropped 3 times in the outfield. Oh my goodness!
Continues. And now the Pioneers with a 14-run lead bring up Chloe Bachman back to the plate, and Terry, that ball, if you get in front of that as an outfielder, that stops at a single, right?
Absolutely stops at a single. And even if you just pick it up off of,
Get it back to your pitcher.
yeah, even if you just get that ball off of your initial drop, but what you can't do is drop the ball 3 times and have 2 defenders standing over the ball.
The inside the park home run, as we have another one. I mean, I guess we could call it a single E7, but you know, inside the park home run sounds cooler. Runner at first now as Bachman reaches. And that one's outside.
Simpson to bat, 1 run away from sending everybody home. 18-14 here.
And honestly, as we just saw, a base hit could be enough to do it. Going to second is Bachman.
And stolen second yet again.
She has her eyes on third. She will not get too greedy. Though, you know, they've been pulling off a heist all night.
Yeah.
At the Bank of Atchison.
Yeah.
And another one bounced in there. He will slide into second, head first, and Chloe Bachman reaches
third base.
90 feet
and
away from putting this one on ice.
I gotta say, there's just no hustle in any player here. It's like they don't want to stop the play.
The pitch. On the ground. Put out is made, but that should do it. Chloe Bachman comes across to score, and the Leavenworth Pioneers take this one 19-4. Atchison tried to put some runs up in the top half of the inning, but a 6-run onslaught from the Pioneers in the bottom half make this one over after 4 innings.
Yeah, honestly, I think they just wanted a chance to play some more ball. I think that they wanted to play more than 6 innings tonight, and they decided to give him a 7th. So, with that,
Pioneers improved to 2-0 on the season. This is also the opener for Atchison, and that will do it tonight. On behalf of Terry Matthew and our production engineer, Heather Waters, we thank you for watching this presentation of Pioneer Softball. We may have a post-game interview, so don't go anywhere if you're interested in that. But your final score, Leavenworth 19, Atchison 4, in Game 2 of the doubleheader. opening doubleheader at home, and the obviously the big moment was the grand slam in the second inning of game two. What was kind of going through your head in that at bat?
Um, my dad always preaches just hit contact, so I just wanted good contact. That pitcher obviously isn't the best that we'll face, so I just wanted to make good contact, and I did. Yeah.
And over the fence, clearly just enough contact to send all the runners in. And then also next question. I mean, you're obviously a senior, so you won't be here next year, but a lot of strong underclassmen on the team. Who do you think we should watch for this season that could really break out this year?
McKenna Scully and Chloe Bachman.
McKenna Scully and Chloe Bachman.
Yes.
I mean, Chloe started the second game today, and
Mhm.
she did such a great job.
Yep, they're both amazing.
But all right, thank you.
Thank you.